Hey there, wrestling fans and horror lovers. Just a quick note before you dive in. This story is purely fictional and made only for entertainment and enjoyment. Any characters, names, or situations you hear in this video are works of imagination and are not connected to real people, promotions, or events. I love blending wrestling's wild energy with dark storytelling, but remember, it's all in good fun. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy tonight's story. Almost forgot. If you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to like the video, drop a comment, and subscribe so you won't miss the next story. Simon Grace's voice cut through the static of the hidden stream, low and inviting.
Good evening, listeners.
You are tuned in to the web's best-kept secret, Voices in the Dark.
Let's go straight to the phone lines and see what strangeness is waiting to be heard. Caller, we are live. You got the floor.
The familiar intro rolled out, and then the first caller's voice slipped in. Thin, almost playful, like a man suppressing laughter.
You ever hear about the Smiley Face Killers, Simon?
Simon leaned closer to the mic, smirking. He loved when callers came armed with folklore.
Urban legends are our bread and butter here, but you sound like you've got more than a story. Care to enlighten us?
The caller chuckled. It was a sound that made the hair on Simon's arms rise.
I don't tell stories. I make them.
Silence fell over the stream for a heartbeat too long. The caller described nights by rivers, bars, lonely young men too drunk to notice the van slowing behind them. His words weren't rushed. They were methodical, intimate. He painted pictures of panic, the cold grip of water, the final bubbles breaking the surface. Simmon tried to play along, but his throat tightened. Something about the detail, the specific streets named, the exact dates.
You're saying you've done this?
He asked, annoyed, trying to mask the unease bleeding into his tone. The caller's laughter returned, this time sharper.
I'm saying, I'm doing this right now.
A wet gurgling noise came through the line. Muffled screams, the sound of thrashing water. Simon's face drained. He ripped off his headphones, but the feed kept rolling. His listeners were hearing everything. The drowning, the suffocating gasps, the last desperate cries of someone dying live on air. Then the line went dead. Static swallowed the stream, and in the silence, before the broadcast shut down, one last thing bled through. Faint, distorted, almost like the caller whispering directly into Simon's ear. Check your email, Simon. There's a smile waiting for you. When he opened his inbox minutes later, there was a photo. A crude yellow smiley face scrawled on a wall, and beneath it, a picture of his own house. The next morning, sunlight crept through the blinds of Simon Grace's cramped apartment, but it didn't chase away the unease from the night before. He hadn't slept. The caller's voice still echoed in his head, replaying every detail, every laugh. He sat slumped on the couch, coffee untouched, the glow of the television filling the room. A reporter's voice cut crisply through the air.
Local college student Michael Hensley, age 21, was last seen leaving a downtown bar late last night. Friends say he never made it home. Police are asking anyone with information to come forward.
A photo of a smiling young man appeared on the screen. Simon's stomach dropped. The same bar the caller mentioned. The same time frame. The same age. The reporter's tone shifted to somber urgency.
This disappearance bears striking similarities to other cases across the Midwest, sometimes referred to as the Smiley Face murders.
The words rang like a curse. Simon fumbled for the remote, turned up the volume, hoping he'd misheard. And then it happened. A piercing "A" filled the room. His phone lit up with a missing alert. The same name, the same face. Simon's hands shook as he stared at the screen. It felt like the entire city was suddenly watching him, accusing him. He knew what he'd heard last night. Not just a prank, not just some internet troll. He replayed the audio on his editing software. The gurgling, the screams, the choking water. It all sounded real. Too real.
His email pinged. New message. The subject line, "Still listening?" Simon's breath caught. He hovered over it, terrified to click. Inside was another photo, not of the river, not of the victim, but of his own apartment building taken from across the street. A crude yellow smiley face spray-painted on the dumpster below. Somewhere outside, faintly, he thought he heard laughter.